It was so nice today. Oh, look, a tree's down. Out walking my doggies. Come on, Princess. You can jump it. Good girl. Mario's excited. The trail's been swept clean by the park rangers. They've been out here this morning on their little lawnmower, sweeping the trail for us. I guess they'll have to come and clean up that tree here pretty soon. But I found chestnuts earlier on the trail. I'm going to pick those up on the way home, on the way back from our walk. Oh, wow. Florida. Florida in November. Look at the view. This is a preserve I live on. We have some marshland out here. You can actually ride boats through it. People do that. And fish. I have a few trails actually off of where I live. They're really nice to walk my doggies, and I like to come out and meditate, clear my head. If I'm not at home sitting in a meditation session, this is what I like to do, is just walk out in nature and connect. This is what I do. And think about things. Connect with the tree spirits. I love the ferns here. I remember out in California when I was younger and I lived out there. When I was 14, I'd walk in the woods like I do here, and the ferns there, they would grow so huge. And I loved it when the mist rolled in off of the ocean in Monterey, where I lived, off of the 17-mile drive, which is world famous. Everyone knows about that place. But I guess each state has its own beauty. Like, look at the moss on these trees. It's just, it has its own spirit, its own energy. Mario. These trees are so old. They're like antlers growing out of the ground. Just huge oaks. Come on, Mario. Come on, buddy. You're walking a long way this morning, huh? It's such a nice day. It was cold yesterday. We didn't really get out. We just walked around the neighborhood yesterday. Yeah, I like this particular trail because every so often, you get a glimpse of the marsh, but there's these little birdhouses hanging up here and there. And there's like look at this tree. It looks like this is where a fairy lives because there's a doorknob on it. Is that cool or what? This is a trail that gets your imagination to going. Oh, did you hear the woodpecker? There's lots of woodpeckers out here too. Tons of woodpeckers. Huge ones. There's some woodpeckers, they're like 2 feet or more. tall. And then we've got the little bitty ones too. There's a range. Yeah, I remember when this oak tree, no, this was a pine tree. It bit the dust. Lightning hit it last summer. This pine tree was like the biggest pine tree I'd ever seen in my life. The thing was massive. It was ancient. You just don't see pine trees this big. And lightning hit it. Wiped it out. It's a great tree. Had a really good spirit about it. I always touched it when I walked by it. Massive oaks. Looking for one of the birdhouses to show you. See, I'll pause and come back when I find one. The ferns are still doing well here. Every year there's more and more. I know when I first moved here. Well, this trail's only been here like, I don't know, 4 years maybe. They plowed this one out. I think someone came through and planted fern seeds because there were no ferns, and now there are ferns, and we have more every year, which is really nice. I don't know, it could be the little fairies planting ferns. Remember that movie Fern Gully? Kind of reminds me of that. There's one of the birdhouses. I don't know if you can see it up there. The moss is kind of covering it, but there are birdhouses all through the woods here. Like someone came through and just hung birdhouses everywhere. Pretty cool. Birds. Yeah, I live near a military base, so I don't know if that has anything to do with what I'm about to share with you, but when I first moved here about 10 years ago, I guess now, first off, there were like 3 hurricanes, bam, 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 but then the first 2 years I was here, like 3 major hurricanes came through. There were more, but there were like 3 major ones, and there were no birds. Like, I come from South Carolina where the birds sing. I think there's birds everywhere. When you wake up every morning, you've got birds singing to you. Here, it was so quiet, unless you went on the beach, and then there were the little, beach birds. But it was just weird, because I would drive through different parts of the city, and I'd notice that there were birds there, but where I lived, there were no birds singing. So I put out bird seed in the yard. I bought one of those bird sound things that, it's a recording of birds that plays in a loop. And actually, when I started playing that, I noticed there were birds around the house. There's another birdhouse. And I don't know, I love birds. And the whippoorwill especially is my favorite. But there were no birds here. So I kind of thought it was cool to see the birdhouses throughout. It kind of encouraged them to stay here so we could hear their song while we're walking through the woods, admiring these massive oaks. Okay, are we going to walk the whole trail, guys, or you want to turn around? Let's turn around, because Mommy wants to pick up some chestnuts when we get up here at the beginning. Mario, let's go back this way. Come on. Come on, boo-boo. I'll end up carrying him. He's not good for long walks. Princess does pretty good, though, don't you, girl? Say, yeah, I like long walks. Mario's not too good for long walks. I need to get a stroller for him. But yeah, the birds. So, I don't know if it had anything to do with the storms maybe, or because I live near a military base and, you know, they have all kinds of weapons. I mean, we have jet planes, all sorts of aircraft flying in and out here as well as ships. And they may have some weapon or something that they use to, you know, by sound to keep the birds away. But we like the birds. I guess they're not safe for airplanes, jets, and things of that nature. But we like the birds, and we encourage the birds to come and sing to us. Little things like that we take for granted, huh? Alright guys, come on, let's go this way. Come on. Let's go back this way. Come on. Let's listen. What do you hear now? Helicopters. We don't hear birds sing. We hear helicopters flying around. Especially helicopters. Man, the sunshine here is beautiful this morning, the way it's shining through the trees. I love it. Turn this around. I hear a cardinal. There are a lot of cardinals here. It's come in the past couple years, I've noticed. Like, I see them all the time now. Oh, I think I just heard someone sneeze. I think we're not alone, you guys. Yeah, there's one tree here when you come in on the entrance of this trail. It has eyes on it. I mean, it looks like eyes have grown on this tree and they're looking at you. It's pretty cool. I'll get a shot of that when we go out too. It's over there, Mario. Me and my shadow. Wow, look at that. It's so beautiful. Sometimes, you know, I don't feel like I'm from here. I feel like I'm a visitor and I'm observing life on Earth. It's so weird how I feel like that sometimes. Just little things I stand in awe of. You know. But I feel a connection with these trees that I cannot explain. And no, I'm not smoking anything. Come on, Mario. He always lags on the way back. He walks so good until we start to walk back. Come on, buddy. It's because he wants me to carry him. No, let's not sit down. Let's keep walking. Come on. Come on. Let's go out here. Let's keep walking. Look at the sunshine. Back to the ancient pine tree. Some good kindling down there. Should pick some up, I guess, and take it back with me for the fire pit. There's a little dragonfly. Guess they're still out. Is that bees? I think we're near a bee nest. Oh, there's bees everywhere here. You don't see those very often anymore. Bees. I mean, I hardly see a bee here ever. Every now and then a bumblebee in the summer. Come on. Mario, what are you doing? Where are you going? You're going to get tangled up. What are you doing? Silly doggy. You're walking in a circle. You're so silly. Come on, let's keep, he smells something. Come on, let's keep going this way. Come on, let's go pick up these chestnuts up here. Mommy wants to pick up some chestnuts today. We picked up pine cones a few days ago. I like burning pine cones in my fire pit. They're really pretty. They make a nice crackling sound too. Come on, princess. Come on, Mario. Wow, look at the vines. It's grown up through that tree. It's pretty impressive. The magnolia. It's grown up over that oak tree. It's like a cover for it. Come on, you guys. Moss is kind of out of control on some of these trees. Yeah, so here we are back at Fern Gully. And we're almost to the tree I was telling you about that it literally is a fern gully. But there's a tree up here that has eyes on it. It's so cool. It's amazing. Let's see, we're almost to it. Oh, there it is. Went right past it. See the eyes? It looks like eyes growing on it. It's so cool. Every so often up through it, so it's like there's eyes on the tree going all the way up. looking all around. Looks like the eye, the pyramid. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. It's the tree with eyes that resides by Fern Gully. It's pretty cool, huh, Mario? Yeah? Okay, that's pretty cool, Mama. Yeah. Alright. Go back out by the two massive oaks. We're almost at the end of our trail, guys. Coming back out into civilization. Got a bag full of pine cones and a few chestnuts. My bounty for today.